Welcome back, everyone. Today, we are diving into our fast automotive tuning business and getting it completely self-sufficient at making money. We are also taking a trip to the new sand drags in Pepper Valley. And at the very end, we will be building a trail truck on a $40K budget for a huge surprise coming out very soon. But first, we have almost no money. That's because I decided to take all of our off-road trucks mudding, and well, this is how it went. All right, double trouble with his now 3,400 horsepower. We also topped off the tanks, that way we don't have any fuel issues. Let's get staged here off to the right. There we go, four-wheel drive, lock diffs, go for a second gear launch, trans brake on, off the trans brake, not the two-step. Here we go. Okay, that was a lot of wheel speeds. Try to swing this around. Oh, okay, that bush is absolutely devastating. Okay. All right, crawler one more time. Second gear launch, I think is what we learned. Off the trans brake. Build up that boost. Slower out the gate, but it does handle a lot better. I'm gonna whip this thing around. Getting a little far. Oh, into the deep mud. No, pull out of it, pull out of it. Definitely killed the time. But now we gotta get out of this. Oh no, we gotta back it up. There we go. This does great as just a general mud truck. Engine's getting really hot, but once we get into that water, it should cool down. There we go, and across the line in a solid 36 seconds. Now let's go ahead and get this thing cooled off. We'll put the snorkel to use and just cut across the river. Oh, okay, too deep, too deep. We hydro-locked it. Okay. Now its biggest downfall was trying to turn, so we're going to really try to sling it. Use the throttle to rotate it. 1707 is the fastest time of the day and the time to beat. Here we go. Okay, way too aggressive. Back out of it. Oh, we're flipping again. That is going to be the end of that run. Get staged. There we go. We'll just keep it in drive. Keep it simple. Here we go. That's the rotation we're looking for. Oh, we're over though. Okay, come out of it. Come out of it. We can save this. Okay, we're not getting a great time, but we just need to save the truck now. I think with some work, these trucks could all be a lot better. I'm not saying Fred here is now not the best mud truck. I think it was just some poor timing. But the overall winner was our little formula truck on mud tires. So there you have it. Now we did have a bunch of money in savings, but I sort of spent it all on this Yoru during the last live stream. And well, it didn't go so well either. So we're going to fix this, sell this, and use the money for today's video. With 400 bucks to our account, let's see how much money we can walk away with at the end of this video. So let's hop into the computer here. Looks like it's worth about 84 grand out of the 100,000. Insurance is going to want 10 grand for it, and I don't want to wait today. We only have 400 bucks. We'll go a little negative. That's okay. When we sell it, it'll be worth it. I'm going to repair that. 10 grand in debt, and now we can go ahead and list this. We listed it for 99,000. We'll go and wait on that. And another way we can make money is we can go ahead and rent out C-Roy. Let's go ahead to the drag storage, pick up C-Roy. We'll leave the Yoru there. Let's go rent him out to Lens Flare. Oh, okay. Guess we're stopping there. You know what? Let's hit the highway. It'll be way faster. Tell you what, it is so nice having a $500,000 drag car that we can always go rent out for an easy several $1,000s. I think last time we rented out, we got almost 90 grand for it for like a 6-hour rental. Now, I did just see we got a notification for the Yoru. Let's go ahead and pull over here. Open up our phone. If we go to Marketplace, we can go ahead and look at our offers. There it is, 107 grand. Definitely take that. Let's go see how much C-Roy will rent for. All right, renting out C-Roy. Let's see how much we get for him. 15 grand for an hour. That's not a whole lot, but we'll take it. Almost will pay for the taxi rides that we have to take after dropping them off. Here we are back at Fast Automotive. Let's go ahead and pull in here and get straight to work. Probably park the wagon maybe over here. So before we even get out, let's go ahead and open up the phone and let's check the bank. So we have about 105 grand on us, and oh, we actually did have 18 grand in savings. That's good. And currently we have in our tuning shop 120 grand. I'll explain how I got that in a second. But what I'm going to do is open up a new account. This one's going to be called, let's call it challenge build. We'll do a checking account and we'll put 40,000 in it right away. So we're going to use this money for our build later in the end of the episode. I think we'll leave the 18,000 in savings. That's good to have. Let's talk about what's going on at Fast Automotive. So when you open up your tuning shop app, you'll notice some new tabs in this latest update. One of the big ones is skill trees. We've added a ton of work to the skill trees. In fact, there's 3 giant tiers with I think it's about 80 or 90 upgrades that all have different costs, require XP. There's this whole upgrade system that's super fun and super engaging. But for now, let's focus on what we have going on. So with my current plan, I went ahead and invested first in having a shop tech. What that does is it hires a worker to automate job completion. This is super important because now we can essentially have this tech, BeamNG the tech guy is what we named it, go ahead and complete drag events or race events for us. Now he does have a build cost. He doesn't always succeed. I say that, but BeamNG actually has a 100% success rate because I invested so much of my skill points and money into reliable techs, which increases their chances of success. When you get your first techs, they may not complete things accurately at first and may end up costing you more money than they're worth. We also went ahead and got the manager upgrade, which costs 100 grand, but this allows workers to be auto-assigned to their jobs. So we go into text here, you can see we do have a manager, and right now I have 1 upgrade in speed. So this manager is ready to assign currently and will assign a new worker every 28 minutes. Looks like he maybe just assigned one or is getting ready to assign one. Not sure why that updated. And what I had done after I got this kind of gameplay loop figured out and the initial investments done, I actually left my game on overnight. If you look at our finances, you can kind of see how the company grew. It's a really cool tab. This is our all-time tab. Go to just the last 24 hours. Oh, that one's broken right now. Go to the last hour, you can see what's gone on in the last hour. I will say, even after I'm recording this only a few days since the latest release, this has already received a major overhaul. So check out next week when we show off all the new stuff that's been added. So currently we now have 150 grand in the business account and we have 220 XP. So I want to go ahead and reinvest some of these things into the skill tree. But before we buy any upgrades, let's go ahead and look at everything we have so far. So on the left side, we went ahead and got the shop app upgrade, which allows us to use a phone app to check our kind of times and rewards we need to get and to give it an overview of what's going on in the shop when we're not at the shop. Huge upgrade, super helpful. We also have the more complicated, which gave us tier 2 jobs, which means they are higher rewarding jobs but also require faster times. We went ahead and unlocked towing on the far right side, which unlocked our ability to tow customer cars back to the shop when we're done with events or if we wreck the cars. And then under the automation tier in the middle, we got our single shop tech. We can upgrade that up to 4 shop techs, which I want to get to eventually. I want to really make sure this one shop tech has everything he needs to have a good reward loop and not cost too much money. With that, we have 5 levels already upgraded for reliable techs. We have 3 levels under faster techs. We have 1 event retry level. We could get another one. Basically, this means when they try their event and if they fail, they get a whole nother attempt before having to drive back and try to rebuild the car. Super helpful, super important, especially if your techs are failing a lot. We obviously have the manager that we talked about. We have that manager speed increase. And then we have 1 more level in the next tier of faster techs, as well as 1 level in the skilled techs, which allows our tech to do the tier 2 jobs that come in. What I really want to shoot for is this general manager to the top left. This manager assigns jobs immediately, so there's no about 30-minute delay. This will allow us to increase our techs as well and not get bottlenecked by the manager. However, the problem is it costs 250 grand and we are nowhere near that. It also requires 15 unlocks before it. And currently in this tree, we have 14. So let's do 1 more quick upgrade. We'll do the smart techs. This allows techs to build, the build cost for techs to be 5% cheaper. We're gonna get that for 10 grand. We're gonna go ahead and let BeamNG here work on this job. It looks like he's gonna get a $26,000 payment and he currently has a $5,600 build cost. Hopefully he keeps that pretty low. But let's go ahead and let this business continue to generate money and head over to Pepper Valley with all of our dirt drag cars and see how it does at the sand drags. Also, don't forget, for those that have asked for the configs used in our videos, we made a special mod just for you. After joining the Race Crew YouTube membership, you will gain access to the As Seen on TV vehicle collection mod, which gives you access to a new dealership selling some amazing builds like the Dale truck, Rick, or even Clifford. And we got all of our vehicles here that we need in Pepper Valley. Some of you may be wondering, how do we get all these vehicles here? And yes, I really do have them all delivered. It costs $5 grand for each and takes a couple minutes. So we just spent 20 grand getting everything here, but I think it's gonna be worth it. I'm trying to get this trailer off so I can put the ramps down. Okay, there we go. That's definitely not gonna be a problem later. We're gonna park the truck here. Leave that running, keep the diesel warm here in hot old Pepper Valley. All right, let's get these things loaded up, get these bags down. Let's put Sarge on the trailer. I think that would be better. He has these low little fenders. Get Sarge loaded on here carefully. All right, that's not, we can do better. Let's get that straight on. Oh gosh. Could have been way worse. Try that again. Let's get a little more lined up. There we go. Torque converter is very tight. Park it right there. Trans brake on, brakes on, put in park, hopping out. We are low on fuel, so we're gonna have to hit the gas station on our way out. Let's go ahead and load up Double Trouble here. He has plenty of fuel, so that's good. A little bit of a tricky loading process. Let's just try not to break the ramps. Very nice. With ease, try to get as close as possible. Hopefully those ramps close. Probably should have done this a different way. Let's see if this works. Moment of truth. Don't break the truck. Perfect. Nice. Can't get any closer to that. Load up our bag trailer. Then we actually need to, man, look at that sight. That is good looking. We got some rims for this bag trailer. Oh, that'd be super cool. Let's go and get this bag trailer up in the air. Oh, okay, it's going all the way. Sounds good to me. And get this trailer loaded up. All right, now all we have to do is safely get all these vehicles to the gas station, fuel them up, and then we'll go hit the sand dunes. And it should be just a straight shot here to the gas station. Can't think of a single thing that can go wrong. For whatever reason, these cars like to go only 35 miles an hour on this road. I need to look into making that a little bit faster. As soon as we get the gap, we need to go ahead and make our pass. I think it's... I don't think I can do that one. I have to get a good run up here. Oh no, I'm full throttle. Oh, this is going to be tough. Okay, maybe not even one. But you know what, maybe 35 is good. We'll stick to 35. I think it's a good speed. All right, we made it to the fuel station. We just got to work our way in here now. Go ahead and pull up to the pumps. Now, only Sarge really needs to get fueled up, so hopefully we can just hop in him. There we go. And we don't have the refuel thing yet. Get a little closer. All right, hold on. Before we do really bad things, let's go and just drop the trailer. I think it's this button. It is. You're like right there. We might not be close enough. Okay, we'll just fill up at a different pump. Maybe this one right next to it. Oh, there's a fuel light. Okay, maybe this one? Okay, how can we not find fuel? We're right here. There we go. This fuel pump works. I'm gonna refill. 280 bucks. Not bad for these BeamNG inflation prices. Gonna get this loaded up. Now, there was something I was gonna tune on this truck or car, whatever this is. I can't really remember what it was. I'm sure we'll remember once we have a couple unsuccessful passes with Sarge, but he did pretty good at the dirt tracks from what I remember. It looks like we had quite a bit of a traffic jam You know what? That's okay. We're going to take this little dirt side road. We're not going to deal with the traffic. Now, this truck is not four-wheel drive. We do need to remember that. It is in high 2. Our only other option is low 2. We're having no issues going through these little dirt trails. So it looks like traffic does like to go down this road. Let's try to steer clear of that. And actually, the sand stuff is all the way on the other side. Maybe... Okay, let's take the road as... I don't know the best way to get there. Let's take the road all the way around, and then we'll have to go do some off-roading either in the sand dunes or on some really bumpy trails. I don't think either are going to be a good ideal situation for us, but let's deal with one issue at a time. Oh man, we are really remote here. There's no tuning tent, there's no adjustments. It's just what we brung. Let's be really gentle on the trucks. We don't want to hurt anything. We want to get all these back in one piece. We spent a lot of money today. Try not to scratch on our way down. Oh, not a problem at all. Very nice. Okay, well, I think we start with Sarge. And we should do some nice test hits. Nothing crazy. This is the half-mile drags that we're looking at here. On the other side is a quarter-mile drag. So we're definitely going to be watching for heat. This kind of area is a little bit pocketed with some looser sands. We're going to have to be careful on the way down, but let's just do a nice, simple, easy, quick pass. All right, all staged. Dancing all over the place. Kind of half throttle right now. Trying not to roll it. Two-wheel drive is pretty tough. Starting to open up a little bit. All right, got out of it early. Got a 22-second. Nothing exciting. Oh, that wheel shake. Holy cow. We did have manual mode. We could have done that. Let's focus on a return, our quarter-mile return. I want to stay in it a little bit longer. The Sarge here did pretty good. Stayed in shape. They're just dancing all over the place. We might need to put bigger tires on the front. That might be the play. But let's try this one more time. All right, we're shooting for at least a 15-second here in the quarter mile. Of course, anything faster will get paid more. We'll go off the two-step. We'll try it. Sarge was getting hot there. Kind of got distracted. The vent should still be going. Okay, that wheel spin is just too much for Sarge. So much sand. All right, not great. I think four-wheel drive really is the play. Sarge definitely needs some work done. Of course, these are just basic leaf springs in the back. We're focusing all the power just to the tires. The tires have to do all the work. Let's try one more time. But we're gonna really kind of ease into the power. We're not gonna go crazy. Our goal here, we're almost gonna treat this like a top speed run. That's the plan. We're going first person here. We have no gauges, nothing but our tinted windows. I think we're in manual. Let's see. This is park. That's reverse. That's neutral. That's drive. This is gear 1. Here we go. Oh, we accidentally started. Okay, let's back it up. All right, we are staged. Here we go. Gonna wait to go into our next gear. Here we go, second. And a little wobbly. Here's third. It's dancing. It's dancing. Pouring the power in. Trying not to get out of the groove. Oh, she's dancing all over the place. Okay, a 24-second. That's even worse than before, wasn't it? Oh man, let's try this quarter mile. I don't think Sarge likes the sand. It was much better in the dirt. Stage off to the right a little bit. Here we go. Oh, we're in drive. Hold on. I don't know what gear we're in actually. Oh, we're in third. Okay. Lots of limiter. Okay, a 1487. I don't really know how that is. I don't think it was very fast. I really don't think Sarge likes the sand here. Looks like engine temps came back down, so that's good. We used a half tank of fuel. Holy cow. Let's go ahead and park Sarge. Maybe we'll try the hill climbs, but probably not. I mean, those hill climbs are huge, and this two-wheel drive, I highly doubt it. Let's go try double trouble, see how he does. I'm feeling much more hopeful here about double trouble. All-wheel drive, well, four-wheel drive. It's a very proven truck, has some really fast times on dirt. Hopefully, it can be pretty quick in the sand. We're gonna go ahead and lock the rear diffs. We're gonna keep the front ones open. I think that actually means they're in a limited state. Gonna get lined up, and I think we'll go off second gear. That's our best runs is when we leave off second gear, off the trans brake. Let's go full send here. There we go, we're off the line. Go for third gear. Truck is pulling really well. This is a long pull though. Okay, 13.3 made 9 grand. We have no brakes. What's going on? Oh, why do we have ABS? Oh gosh. Hang in there, double trouble. Oh, we just tore off the wheel at the last little bit. Dang it. Oh, that's a bummer. I don't know why we have ABS on this truck. I keep meaning to turn it off and I always forget. I don't think we're going to forget this time. That wheel is doing funny things now. That'd be a funny place to have it. We can limp this back. In fact, you know what? Let's lock the fronts and do a return pass. The truck's already hurt. Let's just go and finish this off. Stage for the quarter mile. Missing a wheel. Dragging frame. Let's just full send this. Doesn't seem to have a problem. Turbos are overheating. Still ran a 9.4 on 3 wheels. I kind of want to go back and do another half mile. However, I don't think we'll stop again. So maybe we do some hill climbs on 3 wheels. See how double trouble works there. I really would love to drive a healthy truck up these hills. I think we still have a chance even on 3 wheels. The thing we really gotta be careful of though is not flying over the peak, over the finish, and wrecking the truck more. So let's be conscious when we get to the end of maybe hitting the brakes a little bit early. Won't shave off too much time off our score here. Go ahead and launch in second again and see how we do. I can't see the top. Oh, we're out of the groove. Stay in it, stay in it. All right, not bad. 896. Made 2,700 bucks off that. We'll take that. I want to go try some of the other lanes though to see if they differ at all. Oh, we caught some air. Ooh, that was scary. Somehow that wheel is still hanging on there. Let's try our left lane. Again, we'll do second gear launch. We'll go off the trans brake instead of the 2-step this time. Pretty good. Having to steer a lot, obviously. Here we go, across the line. Oh, we caught air. Okay, we're good. 705, 7 grand. Wow. This is good. This is good. We're paying for all the damages we're going to have to repair. Let's do a few more of these. Maybe farm this a little bit and see how much cash we can come up with. Oh, that's too much air. How did that happen? Oh, that was the other wheel. That didn't take long at all. We did get 12 grand though, so that's pretty cool. I don't even... Can we get this thing back? Is this just... Can I steer? No, okay. I don't know. We're gonna have to try to get these cars back. I think that might end our sand dune adventure for today.
5 hours later.
Back in West Coast now. Let's go ahead and rent out C-Roy one more time because he already came back from his first rental. And then we're going to head to the fast automotive business to see what's all going down there. See how much we get. There we go. 106 grand for 6 hours and 58 minutes. That's the kind of money we needed for the upgrades we're going for. That's awesome. All right, we are back at the shop. Let's see how much money we have here. Hopefully a good amount. And we have less than what we started with. Okay, so looks like Bill Nye, the tech guy, has failed a few jobs. Did he fail his first? No, he says 100%. Did it really take that long? I don't know. Yeah, he's just going really slow on this one. I think he's almost done. Driving back from the drag strip. No, he's driving back from the shop. No, he's driving back to the shop from the drag strip. Oh, he only did his baseline. That's weird. I think the saving might have stopped on this, or the progression might have stopped midway. Regardless, we do have 128 grand in the bank account of the business account, and currently we have 18 in savings and 180 in our cash. We should already have our money set aside for our 40K build, so I say let's dump it all back into the tuning shop. Or 170 of it. Let's keep 10,000 in cash. So now we have almost 300,000. The problem is if we get the general manager, that's 250,000 already gone. And I think what I want to do instead is get some additional techs. However, to get an additional tech, we also need an additional lift. Luckily, that's only a $20,000 upgrade. So let's go ahead and get that. And there is the dyno perk as well. This one's getting overhauled, so I'm not sure if we're going to need to use that one yet. Now let's go ahead and get that second shop tech. 75,000. We go to our techs, we now have a second tech that we can name. Let's name this one. Let's name our second tech guy Gary. There we go. And because our manager is on a cooldown, it's only a 4-minute cooldown. Let's go ahead and get another job for Gary though. Hopefully something expensive. We'll get this $38,000 one. Assign new job to Gary. There we go. Now we have 2 techs running at the same time. We have 195 grand and then a ton of XP. Let's go ahead and look into getting maybe another tech. Another tech's 125. That wouldn't really leave us enough because we'd have to get a third lift, which is 50. Let's try it. Let's go and get the dyno. Now the dyno upgrade is something we're still working on. In fact, it's under a heavy overhaul from what it currently is. But this basically allows you, when you're building your cars here in the fast automotive business, to see the power and other stats dynamically change as you're putting parts on. There's some more functionality we're adding to it here soon, so we'll show that off in a future video. Now I do want to get the bigger books, however, that looks like it requires 5 total upgrades. We only have 3. So I guess let's get part suppliers, that's pretty cheap. And we'll get cheap tunes, that way the tuning cost is down as well. Then we can finally get bigger books. And then finally get that third lift. However, we're down to 75 grand and we don't have enough for the next shop tech. So we're gonna have to wait to save up some money. In fact, now we have 50 grand because somebody used up some expenses. In fact, oh, one thing I forgot, something you guys should be aware of is if you go to your finances tab, you have an operating cost. And as you get additional equipment and techs, your operating cost goes up as well. I think we're planning to change these numbers a little bit, so they won't be as drastic for you. However, we have to understand now we are spending 25 grand every 30 minutes, unless we get upgrades to counteract that. So 50 grand in the bank account. I think we're gonna leave the business alone for now. I'll probably have to do my own little events and jobs to try to make up some of the differences in the losses. Let's go ahead and work on our 40K budget build trail truck that we need for a super surprise update coming real soon. Back at the shop, we are now down to 1 penny because we put all of our money into our savings account. So that way we can withdraw our exactly $40,000 out of our other checking account and do this build correct, do this challenge the right way. Here is what I'm thinking. This D25, I think it said it made 192 horsepower. Little tiny bed, not super useful. It does have back seats though, that's kind of cool. Again, this is going to be the perfect setup because we're not trying to do anything crazy. We don't need any 40-inch tires where we're going. Probably try to fit some 35s or 33s on this. Maybe change up the rims. Already has a lot of the off-road stuff we're going to need. Has a roof rack and some lights. Let's go ahead and purchase this, get it to the shop, and make a few modifications to it. Of our 40K budget, we spent $16 to taxi across the street. That's fine. And we have 39,000 left. We're going to spend 29. Let's not get any insurance. Try to save some money. 28,000, leaving us with a little over 10 grand. All right, here is what I have so far. We're up to $9,000 in upgrades. And we did a little bit of power. We did a race tab E85 setup. We put a tow hitch on here because it, for some reason, didn't have one. Changed the rear bumper and front bumper. Also have this cool winch that I think works. We'll have to play with that in a little bit. And then we went ahead and got some mud train tires, cut off the exhaust, and probably a few other small things I forgot. Let's go and get this before we forget. And let's go adjust the tune. Right now it's making 215 horsepower. Now it does have a heavy duty block, so I'm not worried about exceeding any power issues. And I think we actually might, maybe we take some of this chrome off. We got a chrome grille and then these chrome guards. If they have some black guards, I think that might look a little bit better. That doesn't look too bad. We'll see. Let's do the tune first. Looking at both these taillight guards, I think we're going to keep the chrome ones. The black ones look good, but they don't really pop, not like the chrome ones do. And it kind of matches the chrome in the front grille that would probably be too expensive to change. It's going to keep all that. We still have 1,600 bucks left to play with, although I don't think we need to do anything else to this thing. Let's go take it for a quick spin. All right, we're just going to travel down this little trail, make sure all the suspension works quite right. We're not going to do any rally. We're not going to do the rock crawling. We got a little water hazard here. Overall, pretty happy with this. It's a little lower than I think I would want it, but I don't think what we're going to be doing in our super secret awesome surprise will need anything too aggressive. I do want to test the winch though, because we might be in a situation where we need the winch. Well, that tree is highly floating in the air. That's crazy. How long has that been floating for? Oh, okay. Let's go find a different tree that's connected to the ground and see if we can winch to it. So we got some buttons. We got free spool, we got pull winch and extend winch. I guess we'll extend the winch. Oh, okay. Do we hold it? That's awesome. Oh, okay. Then we can grab it. Or node grab. Oh, that's the... Oh, this is going to be a challenge. Let me go get something to see if we can winch onto. Okay, the only thing I had was our wagon. It was the closest thing nearby. We're going to see if we can winch onto our wagon here. Should be attached to... There it is. Okay, it's at least attached to the ground. Let's see how that works. And what a day of experiments. Let's go ahead and pull. Pretty soon, we should see the truck start to move on its own. Maybe? Look at that. Okay, we certainly can attach to the ground. May not be able to attach to other vehicles. There's probably a different way to do things. But this is gonna... Oh, it's now unattached. Huh. Anyways, we'll play with this another time. Let's go ahead and... I guess we gotta winch it all the way in.
5 hours later.
All right, let's go meet up with the guys. I am so excited to show you the new